Welcome, friends. My name is Silas Ollegario, and I'm the host of Think Onward, a podcast about books, studies, productivity, and lifestyle. Now, after the intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to another episode of Think Onward. So nice to have you here. So nice to have you all listening or watching on YouTube. I don't know what you're doing. In the beginning, I should say that I don't know if you're doing the dishes, if you're in the treadmill, or maybe you're going to the gym, or maybe even working out right now. But I'm just glad that you tuned in. Today, again, we have a very special guest. She doesn't live here close to me. She lives in a different country. So not just a different city, but a different country. I'm going to talk to her, so she's going to introduce herself. But I would like you to welcome my friend Thais. Thais, how you doing?
Everything fine. Thank you so much for inviting me, Silas. I'm feeling super special.
Yes, you are special. That was very nice of you to say yes to my invitation, and I really appreciate it. I know you have a very busy week, busy day, work a lot, but now you find time to be with us here.
With you all the time. You have my
Very nice. You guys already could see that Thais is very spontaneous, and that's what we like, right? Thais, please, a little bit about yourself. Where do you live? Let's start with where you live, because I said that you live far from where we live, but from where I live. But where is it? Where is this far?
I live in Los Angeles, California, United States of America.
That is
like
great.
I couldn't be more little.
Yes.
So guys, I am Thais. I'm from Brasilia, Brazil. I love my country. I love my people, but I had to move to the US. I was facing a lot of problems in Brazil when I decided to take that opportunity and step out of my comfort zone and bring something new to my life. And here I am. So pretty much, yes. What do you need to know about me, Silas?
That's very nice. Very nice that you love your country, but you had opportunities. So let's talk about these opportunities. Why this decision of moving to United States? It was Los Angeles your first choice? Because this is also a nice question.
Yeah, it's like, no. So let's start. I was a lawyer in Brazil. My father owns a law office. And since I graduated, I've been working in law. Mm-hmm. But I was about to marry. I was like in a relationship, and my boyfriend passed away, unfortunately. It was a huge thing for me at the time. Today, 6 years later, I'm fine to talk about it. But at the time, was really hard, because especially I supposed to be in the same plane, because he passed away with a aircraft crash.
So, oh my God, I'm sorry, Thais. I've known you for maybe 6-7 months now. I had no idea this happened.
Yeah. So
was a plane crash?
Yes, he had his own plane, and he was very experienced pilot. He was not working with that. He was just, he loved to fly. He loved to be a pilot. So his family has their own planes. And we had this huge argument before this trip that's supposed to be a gift for my birthday. So I decided not to go, and his plane crashed.
Wow, that is very, very tragic. I know you've been over this, but it's still, I'm so sorry. I have to say, I'm sorry.
Tragic. Wow. I had post-traumatic stress. Was really deep, because I thought, oh my God, I'm supposed to be in this airplane. What if I got a second chance? What I am doing with my life? Am I happy doing what I'm happy? What if I die? What I left for my family, what I left for my nieces, I wanted to be someone they could remind in a good way. So I started to evaluate my life. I started to see that I wasn't happy practicing law, not because I don't like it. I love law. If you give me, like, when people is talking about it, I'm all into it. But I was able to take care of other people's problems, but I couldn't care about my own problems. And that started me to make me think in a way that I couldn't find another job, because what I would do, I was a lawyer for more than 9 years, and I'm not even counting when I was training. So I didn't know what to do. I couldn't be in another person's office. Why I would be in someone else's office? And I started to think that I didn't want to have any kind of relationship with any guy in Brazil, especially in Brasilia, because everybody knows each other. And that was like extremely frustrating about the situation. So I said, I want to move. That was a dream. I went to London to do a master's degree there, but then I was in a relationship too, and I dropped everything and came back to Brazil. My relationship didn't work, and I lost the opportunity over there. And I was like, you know what? Now I don't have anybody to hold me but myself. And if I don't go now, I won't be able to go anymore. So I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody. I had a friend, told her, and she said, I'm going with you. I was like, but if you're going to Los Angeles, I'm going with you, because I was in between Los Angeles and New York.
Oh, and you chose Los Angeles.
I was like, let's go to Los Angeles then. And then I was like, okay. I told my mom, of course, and we started to prepare everything. I didn't say anything to my father. I gave like a huge birthday party to myself that year, but it was a bye-bye party, and nobody knew it. I was just like saying goodbye to my friends, to everybody that I loved like a lot. I gave like a huge Moulin Rouge party. Like I had people, yes, like everybody wearing smokings and girls with those can like dresses. And we had someone like to perform. It was amazing. But I was saying goodbye to everybody, to my father, because I was decided to move by that time. So I told them that I was coming to Las Vegas for New Year's Eve, and actually I was moving. So they figured out on January 2nd, when I finally announced on Instagram, I'm living in Los Angeles. And here I am.
Oh my God, okay. There, I have so many questions about that. Like I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's go step by step. First, this master's degree that you had done this in London. This master's degree was about what?
It was in law, because by the time I was planning to take over my father's law office, and I needed to have some experience because I passed the bars in the first attempt, and nobody believed that I would pass the bars.
You have a genius on board.
No, I was working in a law office as a trainee for a while. So the thing about the bars is, because most part of the students that they take the bars, they never worked. They talk about like lawsuit, but they never saw one. They never touched one. So it's complicated for them to make sense. The bars in Brazil is like OEB. I don't know. Let's say bar.
The bar exam.
Yeah. So it's not as hard as people think. But I didn't study for it. I didn't pay any kind of course to do it. So I just went there to try it, and I was drunk. The first
oh my God, really?
I went out for a party. I was just 20 when I graduated. So I was very, very young. And nobody believed that I would pass, not even my father, to tell the truth. Myself, I didn't think either.
Wow. And you surprised everybody because you passed your first attempt.
Then my father gave me a present. He said, since you did such a great job, I'll let you choose any university in any place of the world so you can do your master's degree. And I wanted to do it in international business law because I like to work with companies and I like to work internationally. And I had this love for English since I was a kid. I've been studying English for 12 years and I still make a lot of mistakes, but I love the language.
No, the thing about mistakes in English, when you make mistakes in English, like nobody cares. I tell this to my students when I'm talking to them. Everybody makes mistakes. For us, it's a little bit more difficult, and we kind of demand too much of us because English is our second language. But Americans make mistakes, Canadians make mistakes, and nobody cares actually.
We make mistake. We don't
Yes,
speak
of
Portuguese
course.
perfectly. It's okay, but like it's complicated for me. I put a lot of pressure because I own like an English school. So
I
for me,
understand.
it's like how can I own an English school to teach other people how to speak English if I cannot do it perfectly. Although I'm not a teacher, so please, who is listening, I'm just letting you know I'm good with math. I'm good with like management. Okay,
But
so
not teaching.
that's my part.
You understand.
Anyway, so that's why I went. I decided to move to London because I needed some country that could speak English because that's the language I could speak. I didn't want to go to Portugal. No way. So I was in between United States and London, but I wanted to be in Europe. By that time, I've been to like United States so many times, and I never been to Europe. So I wanted to travel in other countries. Like I wanted to travel abroad. So I opted for London, and I got King's College London, one of the 10 best universities in the world,
Yes, I know.
to
Very
accept
famous.
me. To accept me. But what happened? I was in a very, in a very, very toxic relationship for 4 years. And when I went there, he went there after me and proposed me, said, you don't need to be here. You already have your like a law, like an office to work. It's your father's office. I'm already an engineer. You don't need to spend this time here. We can marry. We are together for 4 years, blah, blah, blah. And I moved back to Brazil.
No way.
I lost the opportunity. When I returned to Brazil, I figured that he was cheating on me. So I broke up.
What?
My father fired me. My father fired me. He said I didn't have like enough to be his employee, his lawyer.
What? Wait. Let me stop you right there again. Okay, it's fun. It's funny because when we are really young, we have no idea what the things we're missing. Sometimes we figure out one thing or not, but this toxic relationships, these opportunities that we miss. Okay, so now then you didn't finish your master's degree,
I
and you.
didn't. I just dropped the biggest opportunity of my life for a relationship that was toxic. And
Wow.
when I went back to Brazil, I didn't have a boyfriend anymore. I didn't have a job. My father spent 1 year like without talking to me because for him he was paying in libras, like pounds.
Yes, in
It's
pounds, it's
super
very expensive.
expensive, and he was giving me the opportunity that he didn't get it, and I just blow it away. And for me at the time, I was right because I was feeling unappreciated, da, da, da. But when you like now that I'm 35, I look back and I say, oh my God, I just lost so much opportunity for my immaturity but that was one of the biggest reasons I decided to move to the US when that happened, because I said, it's now or never. I have to do something for myself. My mom and my dad won't be alive forever, and I can't rely on them forever. By now, I should be proud of what I accomplished, and I'm not. So I need to make something to change that. I need to step out, and that will be hard because I don't want any of my parents helping me. And it's hard for me because when I was working at my father's office, my father takes care of like huge business. Like when I say huge, it's like huge. He has like business. He had businesses even with Donald Trump before he becomes president.
Oh my God.
So it's huge, but like the work itself is the same as a small one, but the responsibility and the pressure is
Oh
high.
yes, absolutely. Yes.
So I was working in a very pressured environment all the time, and I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about what I have to do the next day. And we like to say that lawyers, they don't have life, they have deadlines, because that's exactly what we had. And I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to be able to talk about it and to solve a problem and not to be tricked by people, because I know the law and I know how it works, but I didn't want to be necessarily depending on them to survive. So I moved here. I didn't know what to do. the only thing I knew how to do was to be a lawyer or to be modeling. Because when I was 13 years old, I started modeling, and I did a lot of like things. I did fashion shows abroad. I had like magazine covers in Japan, Korea. I did a lot of good things, but I wasn't high enough. So from the beginning, I knew that I wouldn't be like Giselle Bündchen because I didn't have,
The
I
eye, you
had
mean the
letters,
height?
but I was
Okay.
that cannot change. So that's why I decided to focus in my university, because I knew, although I was making money, that was so amazing, I knew that that wasn't something forever. So when I arrived here, that's the only two things I knew how to do.
Mm-hmm.
So modeling and lawyer, to be a lawyer, like to work with law.
Mm-hmm.
So I can practice here. And I was like, what am I going to do? I was like, I'm old because I was 30 when I came in. So I first came in, and I was like, I'm old to modeling, but that's the only thing I know how to do. And I'm in Los Angeles. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Let me try. So still, every single month I worked in a different kind of job. And I'm not lying to you. I was reporter. I could barely speak English like well, because I was like so far away from the language, and I didn't have anybody to practice with. So
Okay.
I was a reporter of like an app, the sports app, and I had to interview
What?
big players of the like Rams, Dodgers, and I didn't even know who they are, and they were like, oh my god, I was going to like the football, the American football. I was going like a press in a very nice area, going to the.
And you don't even like football. Like it's my dream. You lived my dream because I'm crazy about football, and you were there and you VIP sessions with the players.
With the players, and everybody was like, what? And then I was like, okay, worked for a while, but as you know, I'm not a reporter, so they had to hire someone that actually is. So I finished that one and I started a new one. It was called I Go Live. That time, this Chinese company was huge here. They did even like a party with oh my god, Destined Child. No, Destined Child is too old. It's like those girls. So that, but nowadays,
Okay.
you know,
Yes. Okay. We have
I will
Destiny's Child. Okay. We have
I will
another
recall the
female
name.
group. Yes.
Yes, but from now, not from that, like
Not from then. Okay.
back.
Destiny's Child from we were teenagers. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know how I am, very like, I'm in Los Angeles and I don't know. I meet a lot of like famous people all the time and I don't know they are
Who
who
they
they
are?
are.
Oh my god.
So, and I don't care. Like,
Oh,
but
yeah, that's funny.
so I started to work for this I Go Live app, which they paid me to live stream for 2 hours every single day. So they were paying me so I could say hello. And this is like Instagram, or not Instagram, but more like the one that was from
Snapchat?
no, it was more, let me see if I still have this app here. Because see, my head, I have 30 years, but my brain is like 67.
Yeah, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. I have no idea. Vine.
It was like live streaming thing. It's because it's not got so much popular in Brazil, although I use
At Periscope.
yes, Periscope.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like Periscope, you know?
Mhm,
But was the Chinese, and that one, when you're talking, people can send you gifts and that it's money, like real money.
Really?
Yes. So I was making money from the time that I was doing, and also money that I was getting from like
Okay.
watching. And at first I was talking about LA lifestyle and talking about like, because I was learning about LA too. I was having fun here. But then one day I decided to cook, because I didn't prepare, because I had people from everywhere. Like, so my hello was hello, namaste, salam aleikum, privet, ni hao. I was just like throwing hi in so many different languages. And one day I was like, I didn't prepare. People think that it's easy to be talking for 2 hours about nothing when people is not interacting necessarily with you, and it's not. I was almost dying to stop that, but I couldn't because I needed that money. So one day I didn't prepare the thing, like
You didn't have a script. I mean,
no.
Okay.
Exactly. I didn't prepare anything. So, but I had to do it. So I was like, I will fake that I'm cooking. I'll fake that I'm doing like because I was hungry and I needed to cook something to eat. So I was like,
I'm laughing already.
That I am teaching people how to cook. So I went there and I showed all the packages, all the things, but I couldn't turn on the stove because people who knows me, they know for sure that I don't know how to cook. I don't know. So
you know how to order pizza?
No,
kind of stuff. Order pizza, right? iFood.
Oh yeah, so that's why I'm surviving, right? Like technology, thank God, best. Then I was turning on the stove and nothing was happening, but the gas was leaking. And I was talking to the people like I'm doing here. And I was like, then what happened? It turned on. Yeah, was that fire. You know that it's super fast when that happens, but in front of the cell phone looked like an explosion. I got more than 30,000 followers in one app that nobody even know about it in the United States.
Oh my God.
And then they started to invite me to all those shows, shenanigans shows for all the app because I became famous in that app.
Because of an accident. Because look, you had a real accident while pretending to cook. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, like, and then they started to invite me to like these shows. I participated in a lot of them. I did so many, like I participated in so many VIPs, like things. It was amazing. But then they bankrupt. So I had to move.
Oh my God. Then you had to change jobs again.
I had to change job. And then I was changing. Here in the United States, I don't know if you know, but they have like audiences when when they're recording shows, and they pay for those audiences to be there. So mainly they pay you to clap hands and smile. So I discovered that and I was like, are you really telling me that to watch like something that I like to go like
Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Jimmy Fallon and Ellen DeGeneres, they don't need to pay for audience because both of them are now so famous that they actually don't need people to go there. They have like already. But for here, it's Los Angeles, right? So we have all kinds of shows and shows that in Brazil was never even heard about. Like nobody ever heard about it, you know? So they need people to be there clapping and showing enthusiasm with like a very bad joke. And
laughing at the jokes of the host.
Exactly. Okay. So I started to go for that too. I started to make money, clapping hands. I was like, that's the best way to make money. I just have to smile, clap hands, and I'm also like getting a lot of gifts. I was like, I know why people here get people.
Remember the classic Oprah, of course, it's different, but remember the classic, you got a car, you got a car, you got a car. Everybody, yes.
It's such a case, right? It gives like, I got so many things in those things that you can't believe it, for real. And things that are expensive, like $300, $400. And I was like, what? And it's audience. So when you talk about this, my first 2 years here was unbelievable. Was like Disneyland for adults. I was having fun. I was going to the best parties. I've been to, like, I was in a table with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he was my crush.
Wow.
When I was like, he was my crush forever. I had those posters in my bedroom. I had all those things. Look, Titanic, whatever in English came out. I was 4 a.m. at Superbox. It was a supermarket before Extra, to get
oh my God, I have no idea.
They were giving for those who buy like the cassette, not even like DVD. I was super fun. So
I remember it was a double cassette. Remember, it was so big that it was
4 a.m. Yes, I know. Wow. I have it. I was super fan. So nowadays I don't have like this fan. Like, I'm not fan of anybody specials. Some people I like the work, but it's different from when I was like a teenager.
I wish I could say the same, but I think for me, I have some people that I will lose if I was around. For me, it was be like in music, Justin Timberlake and Bruno Mars.
Oh,
If I
we
was
saw
around them, I would be like different. I am crazy about Ellen DeGeneres. I like her so.
Oh, but it's in New York.
Yeah,
Ellen DeGeneres Awards in New York. That's why I never been to.
but I like Ellen. Ellen
I
is
like her
amazing.
too. I like her
And
too.
anyway, I think these
But
people.
they don't need audience for her.
Yeah,
Everybody
they
likes
do.
her.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants to go. Yes, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, Thais, you should. I know you're telling me this is a recording, and we're recording this in the internet forever. But you should really put this down in a book because it will be a very entertaining story to read. Because it's just look, I'm laughing so much. I'm having such a good time. I had no idea you had so many stories to tell about your own life. That's crazy.
It's crazy because when I moved here and I didn't know what to do, I was saying yes for everything. Yes. Not like please, everything that
I
is
understand.
normal,
We all
right?
understood that.
But my but my main thing was I want to experience everything that I can and to figure out what I want because I don't know what I want. Why I'm moving from Brazil where I have my career established to come here and start from zero. Nobody knows me who will hire me. So doesn't make sense. I will need to create from scratch. I will have to reborn, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I started to so I started to go out. I met when I went to this party and Leonardo DiCaprio was in our table, I was faking that I didn't know who he was. And I was texting my friends from high school. Oh my God! Eu serei a vida! And it was like him, and it was like, oh, this is Leon. Hi. So I was
Inside you were
I
dying.
was like, oh my God, because when you're a kid in Brazil, so far away, you will never think that you will be able to meet. So Los Angeles gave this opportunity. I met a lot of famous people. I've been to a lot of house parties in their houses. Although we couldn't record because our phones, they always get outside, the security passes through and gets everything. Because of course, people uses that to make money here. And so if you're invited to one of those parties, you can be there. You have the experience, but you cannot share. So I've been to a lot of famous people parties. But after 2 years having this experience that was amazing, I started to think that I wasn't 20 anymore, that I needed something else to establish. Because I left Brazil because of that. I needed something to be proud of. And I realized that I didn't have. I tried so many things. I worked in so many fields, but nothing was stable. Nothing was for life. Nothing was. So I got depression.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes, I started to get fat. And since I told you, I was a model, so my body started to change in a way because here I don't know how to cook. So I was buying food, and when you buy food, it's not healthy. And in Brazil, I had someone to make my food, to prepare it for me. And here I didn't have that, and I had to grow. And was hard. That was the moment I had that to think and to realize that people here is amazing. If you are 20 years old, if you are in 20s, come to Los Angeles. But if you are over that time, maybe that's not the right time for you to come, because you want a serious relationship. People here is only thinking in what you can do for them, who can you introduce them. It's more about being famous. People comes here to become actors, singers, dancers, and I'm not here to be any of those. So it's complicated to meet real people when you start.
Okay. I know what you mean.
So there, and that it started. I had a lot of friends, people that likes me, and open like a lot of doors. But what I'm trying to say is like real connection, real friendship. After all, like my friend, the one who came with me, he returned to Brazil, and I was here in a city that I don't have my family, I don't have my parents, but I didn't want to go back to Brazil failing, because for me that's a failure, because I didn't do what I came to do. I came here and I was like living holidays, and the time for holidays ended.
Hmm.
So that
Real life got you. Yeah.
exactly. So I started to gain a lot of weight because of anxiety, and that made me feel extremely out of my body. I was looking at me at the mirror and I couldn't recognize myself. And it wasn't because people were saying that I was ugly or whatever. It's just how I felt about myself.
Hmm.
And that I was really in a dark place. I even started to look to apply for university again, to do medicine, like to become a doctor in Russia,
Oh
because
my God.
yeah, I was looking at that until a day Marlione gave me a call. I was already graduated in my master degree here. I finished. I did in business management, and she called me. Hey, Thais, how are you doing? It's like long time since I speak with you for the last time. I was like, hey, Marlene, how is everything going? Miss you. It was like I have like something to ask you, and I would like to see if you're down. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I want you to be my partner. I was like, on the English school? I was like, but I can't teach, Marliani. And she was like, but I need a manager. I was like,
That I can
oh.
do.
I was like, that I can do.
It's funny, guys. If you don't know who Marlene is, Marlene was last week in our podcast, in our YouTube, and she is the other owner of Just for You Personal English, or the English school that sponsors these videos. And that's, oh my God, that's a very funny way to go back to your friendship with Marlene. You know, you're in the middle of something, dealing with depression and not knowing what to do, and then someone comes and kind of gives you an option for a direction, right?
Like something to focus on, because I think what is the biggest problem was I didn't know what to put my focus on. I didn't know
Hmm.
what I wanted, and I couldn't find anything to do. And that's what makes us like indecision is something that burns you inside,
Oh yeah.
and that gives like a lot of anxiety. So when she called me and asked me that, I started to think about it. It was like I was saying yes to everything that was coming up to me, but I decided not to say yes anymore, because I wanted to find something specific.
Hmm.
And I was like, let me see if I can burn all the bridges and keep this one for my life. And then I started to like Marliane we used to work as a lawyer together. We worked as international business lawyers. We worked really much like well. Everybody that was taking care, we took care. They were people that was happy with our job. We were always supporting each other. I was like, I know her personality, I know her strength and her weakness. Can I work with Mariani? And I was like, you know what? I can. And then I started at the beginning calling the company as like her company, which was like, Thais, it's not my company, it's our company. And then that started to become my company, and that started to become my dream. And now I breathe just for you. I exhale just for you. Everything is just for you. Like you are just for you, and you are my cutie.
That is very nice. It's very nice to hear people having this experience. It's kind of a breakthrough. Um, there's a moment in life. I believe everybody has this sometime. Sometimes you have this moment in your life that it's a breakthrough. Oh my God, that's what I want to do. But maybe sometimes you're already in this path, and oh, maybe you always wanted to be a lawyer in Brasilia like your dad, and because your dad is successful, okay, that's the one thing that I want. But sometimes it's not, and it's okay if it is not, because I think we should never, life is too short to settle for something we don't want to do forever, you
It's
know.
so true. It's so true.
It's
And for me, it was like this. I was putting a lot of pressure because when we are kids, especially in our um, generation, we always thought that at 30s we'll be married, like rich with dogs and cars. And I
yes.
realized that I arrived at 30s. I didn't accomplish half of what my father did when he was like in his age, and he had way less opportunities and tools to get there. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm old. I'm old. What if my like something happens to my parents and I don't have anybody to run to? So that was one of the reasons I wanted to come here, because I needed to figure it out by myself. And when I just realized that I wasn't able to do it, I wasn't being able to do it. I was getting a lot of jobs and people was like liking me in whatever I was doing, but that's not what I wanted. And then I was like, so what I want to be rich, right? I want to be like Paris Hilton, but
Rich
unfortunately,
and famous.
not famous, just
Just
famous. You
rich.
cannot do anything. Oh my God, no, no. I just want to be nobody with a lot of money.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
So I don't want my life like on internet everywhere, people judging me if I sneeze or if I use like hand drives. But so my biggest
In case you're just listening this, I make fun before we start recording. I make fun of Thais because she smokes, and she smokes. I said she smokes a flash drive because what's the name of this?
it's e-vapes,
Vapes. Yes, because she vapes. She doesn't smoke. She vapes because there's a new verb now. And I make fun of people with vaping and stuff, and she's one of them. And I had to make fun of it.
and I'm so
Smoking
sorry for
flash
that.
drive.
Guys, if you're listening to this, don't use this thing. And I would use a very, very bad word, but I'm trying to contain.
To
To
be a
be,
lady. You're
yes,
trying to be a lady.
yes, but this is not good. I always hated smoking and everything. I will never be able to show this to my father.
Okay, let me tell just a parenthesis.
Uh,
How did you start smoking if you never liked?
I hate it. I was used to break all the cigarettes from my friends. They hated me at first. The biggest thing is like when I was in depression,
Mm-hmm.
um, one of my friends, she used this once, and always said, this that tastes horrible and da da da. And she was like, try it. You'll see that it tastes like candy. And that was my mistake, because I realized that it tasted so good that, when you put drops in your mouth and you go out and you want like you're like smelling good in your breath. It's like this, you just puff it and poof, take like,
Got
and
hooked.
then you get addicted. So this year, one of my goals is
Mm-hmm.
to stop that shit. See, not classy anymore.
Yes.
To stop that thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning to stop, but it's a hard time now because I got addicted. So if you're listening, please don't do it.
Don't
Don't
do
do
it,
it.
right? That's a very nice. It's very see after listening to your story, to part of your story, and now saying that asking people not to start vaping, not to start smoking. That's good. It's good advice. No, it's
Yeah,
very
I
nice.
never
Good
give
advice.
this to people that don't want to or like never tried. I never put them, oh, try it. No, it's like, no, this is not good. Okay, let me take it from you. So just in case.
It's
I already
funny this
have,
kind of stuff.
yeah, like I already like alcohol. And for me, I think that's enough.
Who doesn't, right? I mean,
Some people here, they just don't. And I'm like, how? I,
how is
so,
that possible?
so yeah, not good. Oh my God, not good advices. Don't drink alcohol either.
And about this alcohol, because I follow you on Instagram, and in case you haven't, go to it's in Portuguese, okay? So it's Oficial Thais Queiroz. It's just put her name Thais Queiroz and you're gonna find. I'm gonna put in the link. But the thing is, how is it? Because I see you a lot in parties and in restaurants in Los Angeles, and I know Los Angeles is a big city, and you have so many of these places to go to. How is it your life there today?
Okay, so I used to have a friend. He was a very close friend, and he was extremely rich. Like for Christmas, he gave me like a Fendi like boots. Like
I'm a very classical, traditional guy. I have no idea what this is. that you just said? Fendi boots. It doesn't say anything to me.
Fendi is a brand. It's like
See, I have no idea.
yeah, it's a very expensive one that I if I'm not rich, with just for you in a few times, like a few months,
The
I will
fancy
be able
one I
to
know,
give
like
you something that, but
Louboutin, I know.
yeah, so
Louboutin,
it's
no.
more
Yes.
expensive. It's more
Okay.
expensive.
It's more expensive. How's
Yeah,
that possible? Oh my
yes,
God, it even hurt.
it's expensive. And he gave one for me, one for Vanessa, and one for Carol.
Which are the other friends?
Yes. So he gave us like this fancy, but that's not about that. Like he was rich and
Okay.
he hated to be at home alone. And he was not from California. He was from another state. And every single day he wanted to go to restaurants. And I was like, dude, I can't. One of the reasons that I got fat too. So every single day we were going to the most expensive and exclusive restaurants that you can ever imagine in Los Angeles. In Malibu, one day he was so tired of like going to the same restaurants. And he said, Thais, and we were in 15 people, 15. He was like, guys, I don't want to eat here tonight. Let's go to San Francisco. He called and booked a flight for all of us, men and girls, everybody together, and run to your place, take a clothes, because we are going to a restaurant at night. We had 2 hours.
God.
We had 2 hours to get ready, pack our things, go to the airport, and we went to San Francisco to have a dinner. So we finished the dinner, we slept like on the hotel, like he booked room for everybody.
Oh my God.
We went to this hotel, and then in the next day, we took the flight back. We just
Where's this
went,
friend? Is he looking for a new friend? I can be his friend.
like everybody was like, oh, wow. And people, oh, and this is so weird for Brazilians because Brazilians, they always think that they has to have a meaning behind it. You have to be hugging with the guy, you have to be kissing, or someone has to be, and nobody of us ever kissed him. We were friends. And that's why I'm telling you, it's hard to have real friendship in Los Angeles if you were not born and raised here. When in most part of the people, they come from other parts of the United States to stay in Los Angeles. So he just found real friendship and he wanted to be around us for like all the time. And that was too needy. And that sometimes I started to work for this marketing company. And for that marketing company, I had to wake up like 4:30 in the morning and I was arriving 11-ish at night.
Okay, that's not good.
From Monday to Saturday, my life was deep immersed.
You keep talking about him in the past. Is he dead?
Oh no.
Okay.
It's just because we are not he's traveling a lot. We're not so close anymore. We're still friends. He still comes for like Christmas in our place, like for Easter. But it's not as I don't go out. So you see a lot of like things like in the restaurants in my Instagram. So mostly it's because I used to go out almost every day to restaurants. But nowadays, what happened is I'm not posting. I don't have time to take care of my Instagram right now because I'm taking care of JUST4You and my other job here. And what happened is I don't have time. So when I post, it's because I'm going out, because I'm not posting me like at home or me going to the gym. And then you will see only the days that I did that. But it doesn't mean that I'm going very often. Because to tell the truth, I'm not. I need to take care of me this year.
We talked about this like weeks ago that you should go back to the gym. And I even saw a post of you going back to boxing, something like this. Come on, you're not doing this? You're not doing it anymore?
I was doing more often last year in November to December. But like I said, I've been working so hard and it's so many hours that I'm exhausted, you know? I told Mariane, this year we need to take care of ourselves. So now we are establishing time. So because before we were working all the time. So Mariane was calling me in the morning and me like during the night, during like whatever time was we were working. So now we put like, no, Well, every day we will have our meeting by this time to this time. Then you do what you have to do, what I have to do. And then the next day we'll say we check it out what's going on. Unless it's urgent, we don't need to be stressed the way we were. Like we were really, because a lot of things are happening all together. It's a lot of responsibility. We need we are hiring these, we are paying that, and we need to make sure that we have money for you, and we want, like, you know, so everything that has to be settled in a way that is so right that makes us like get crazy about it. But we are getting used to it. I think this year will be easier for us because now we already know about the taxes. We already know about the brand, the trademark. We already know about our teacher. We trust you 100%. And so like things are going to get in place. And
this is one of the questions I have for you. Not exactly in terms of the school, in terms of profession or whatsoever, but in terms of your life, in terms of everything. What do you expect for 2022?
I won't lie to you. I'm expecting a lot, and I'm really hoping to like listening to this podcast like at the end of the year, and very happy with what we accomplished, because last year I think we planned. We planned. Our work were more about to organize, to make things ready to grow, because a lot of things we couldn't do. Because let's say that we had a lot of like students coming, we wouldn't be able to take care of them the way we should, because we needed to be able to organize our company in a way that now we know. For example, you know that you are our professor, our teacher, and we're 100% sure that we trust you. We know also that you have your ambitions, things that you really want to do, and you're moving to do it. But I don't really think that you will leave us, because
But I'm not leaving you.
no, please don't do that to me.
I never said I will leave you. That's not.
And Rebecca is also like part of us already. I already have plans for Rebecca, his wife.
That's great.
Yeah, I do. So like I think with the trust that we have on you, and we have also, like, when we interviewed you, we interviewed a few other teachers they were great, but they don't have what you have. So we opted, of course, for you. But they are standing by because they want to work with us. So now we have the system being taken care of for an IT professional. And before I was doing the website, I don't have any kind of experience, and I was doing a website. So now I have someone to take care of that. And we need to organize everything so we can trust 100% that they will do the job. Now we are taking care of someone that is doing our trademark, because we're having a lot of problems with that. The things are like packing up, because how do we put a brand abroad if it's not registered, and if it's something rebranding would be worst. So now we can do that. Now we have enough space and organization to receive our clients and to get the best for them. So I believe this year we will put out all the work that we did last year in action. And I really believe that we will move in a very different direction and perspective. I really believe that we will grow a lot.
That is great. That is great. But I do have to enforce my question, because you share so much with us today, and it was very nice getting to know you more. I want to know in our when I say personal, I don't mean too personal. I mean like for your life, for housing, for I know if you want to change your car and this kind of stuff, you know. What do you expect for 2022? Because 2020, 2021, so difficult for every single person in this, because of this pandemic thing all around the world. People were having a bad time. If people haven't lost someone, they basically know someone who has lost someone due to COVID. So now that let me go first. I do expect for 2022 to be a year so much ahead, so much better than 2021. That was already better than 2020. But it went so fast, in my opinion. 2021 was a very fast-paced year. I know I'm moving to Canada and this kind of stuff. It's everything is gonna be new. But my hope for this year is that we all get to the point where we can stop talking about COVID at least every single day. Our vaccinations and people not wanting vaccine or people complaining because they have to be vaccinated. This kind of stuff. I don't want this anymore. That's what I hope. That's what I want. My mind free to go to the next step, free to go to other stuff. How do you feel about 2022 in terms of that?
So this year I bought an agenda, and this agenda had like the wish list about,
Okay.
and it's so interesting you asking me that, because my wish list is for 2022 is also to take care more about me. Because since I was so involved in relationships, toxic relationships and traumatic relationships, that my brain was like work. I wasn't thinking about of course, if you take back the 2 first years that I was here, but since I decided like I need my life to be in shape, I was only thinking about work. And being like that for 2 years now, because I'm here for 5, so 2 years having fun, 1 year in depression, in 2 years working.
Yeah.
So even the pandemic year, like 2020, was better for me than the last year. So you see how bad I was, how like sad I was in the whole situation, and I didn't know that I was with depression.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? It takes a while for people to understand what they're going through. Yeah.
I just realized when one of my friends went to the hospital, she almost died because she was depressed, and everything she was telling me that was happening to her was happening to me. And then I was like,
Wow.
dude, I am depressed. And I was like, I need to go back to my therapy. So I started back to my therapy, and I'm still with my therapist. And this year, I pretend I'm willing to become more aware of my needs, to push me to want to go out. Because before that was something I liked, and now it's like something that I'm pushing myself to do it. So I'm planning to be more focused in my health, and maybe to stop, like, to quit the vape. And I just need to be realistic and calm about my bills, because I don't have anybody to support me in whatsoever. So this brings me a lot of anxiety. So I think that I'm working that much to be able to relax, to feel like now I can look for other things. So maybe I will open myself more to make new friends. Maybe I will move to San Francisco this year, because I have some
Oh,
business over there.
yes. I
Yes, I
remember you
have.
mentioning something about it.
Yes. So I was invited to work for this company, this marketing company, for a year. So I did such a great job when I was working here, that they invited me to work there. So it's very, very likely that I will move to San Francisco. And that is also giving me a lot of anxiety, because it's something new, right? Once again, when I'm starting to feel comfortable, I had to step out and do something that I don't know what will be like. I will leave my friends here. I will leave my apartment. It took me so long to make it happen, to be like in a very nice area with a very nice apartment. And now I will have to open that to go to unknown. And I think that will be exciting. I'm already saying that to myself, like, look, every time that you open yourself to try something new, very nice things happen to you. So I really think that this year will be very good, personally speaking, for my personal life, and also for my, like, professional.
And that's great. I believe in what you said 100%. I think people who are open to new things in life are the ones who live new things in life. We cannot expect life to be the same for everyone. Some people are comfortable doing nothing or doing the same thing for always. And some people are like us. They need new things, new challenges, new city, and new country, new whatever it is. And I think you're gonna do great. San Francisco is what? It's 500 miles from Los Angeles.
By car is around 6 to 8 hours,
Yeah, so
depending
I would
on
say is
traffic.
this, yeah, 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 of course. But yes, but I think it's funny because in life things happen that we never know the reason behind. We never know what's gonna happen after that. Even you can even enjoy San Francisco so much that you end up living there like forever, and I say forever. So we never know. I'm from Porto Alegre, the
Oh,
southern
perfect.
state in Brazil.
Oh my God.
I love the South. I'm crazy about the South. But 9 years ago, I moved to Brasilia, and well, in Brasilia, I met my wife,
I like
and
her. Woohoo!
and I met my wife, and now we're going to Canada. So far away, so different from Brazil. And see, life happens when we give a chance. You know, so
Exactly.
I think it's gonna be great. I think
Yeah,
this.
we never know, and it's like I said, when we decide to leave our comfort zone, it's uncomfortable.
Oh
Like
yes.
it's uncomfortable, but I've been leaving my comfort zone for so many times, and so many great things have happened. And now that I'm on my comfort zone, things are not was were not. So I'm down. I'm open. Of course, I still feel anxious. It's in my nature. I'm trying to control that. I'm trying to control that. But I at least have like good people around me. I have you. I have Mariani. I have my family. They are not here, but we are always in touch. And so I really think that if you're doing your part and you're thinking good and putting a lot of energy, good energy in whatever you were doing, the things are going to happen. So I really, really believe this 2022 will be like our year,
Yes.
professionally and
Yes.
personally speaking.
And
Like,
it's and I hope you're right.
although it started with COVID.
Yeah, what tell us a little bit about what happened this past week.
So, guys, I got COVID for the third time.
Oh my god. Yes, you listen well. She got COVID by the third time since the beginning of the pandemic.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh my god.
I was
Yes, golden buzzer.
Yeah, I just told like before we start here, I told Silas about the first time I got it was in the very beginning. Nobody believed I was with this, like with the disease or whatever. Everybody was saying that. And now that when I know that it's not, that I'm just like with flu or cold, and then people said, "Oh, this is COVID." I was like, "No, it's not." "Oh, it is." I was like, "Dude, I know when it is, when
I'm an
it's not."
expert, being there three
I
times.
feel it. I can. So these new, this SIPA, I don't know, Omicron or Minicron or whatever.
Omicron, yeah.
Yes, I felt it way easier than the COVID itself, the regular one. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm vaccinated, or because I already had it so many times that my body already has like and, okay, anticorps.
You're ready for the even the next, I don't know, 10 variants for
Yeah,
of
like I
COVID. You're
can
ready.
use my like blood to like use some kind of cure maybe.
Yeah.
But this one wasn't that bad because I didn't have problems to breathe. I think the COVID, what makes us so afraid of it is not the feeling of the pain or not being able to smell or taste things. It's more about, oh my God, what if I cannot breathe?
Oh
And
yeah.
my first one, I had just one day that I had this, and I was like, I was, oh my God, I was desperate. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't breathe regularly. And will it get worse? Should I go or not go to the hospital? In the United States, we don't have public hospitals. So people spend $7,000 just to get there and see one doctor, and they do the test and they leave. And I was like, I don't have $7,000 just for a test. If you're taking care of me, it was another story. But anyways, so this one, I just had a lot of cough. Like I had fever, like a lot of fever, and chills.
Fever is
Like
the
I
worst, right? Because fever, we feel down when we have fever. No, it's the worst feeling being feverish because we feel tired.
I prefer to feel the fever than the short breath. Like
Ah, okay. The shortest. Ah, okay. Yes. In
because the
this
short
case, it makes sense. Yes.
because the short breath, it's what makes you don't know if for example, I was scared to sleep because I didn't know if I was be able to breathe and call someone if something was happening to me, you know.
Wow.
So this is really, that's what makes COVID so nobody wants to take it, because other than that is like flu. We like, it's like almost like flu, it's like headaches, you feel your pain, you want to be quiet and just laying down. But when the breath, like when you try to breathe and you cannot,
Hmm.
then you got like what I now I feel so much because my brother has asthma. He's asthmatic, is it
Asthmatic.
right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's
Yeah,
right.
so I could understand how does he feel, and this is crazy. That's desperation and like desperate, that whatever
Yes.
the word.
The thing is, the word that you're looking for is this action is gasping for air. That's how we say in English.
Yeah,
When you're trying and the feeling that it doesn't come. Yeah, I've never had this, but yeah.
exactly. So I never had before, and then I got COVID and I felt it. And it was so short, it was just for like a few minutes. But I now understand my brother or people that has problems with it, and I kind of understand, like you feel that you will die. But I didn't have
Wow.
this time. So
Yeah,
this third one, I
you're
just called.
still alive, so it's
Uh,
great.
thank God, I still have my
Uh,
2022 to
yes,
conquer.
you still have a lot to look for this year. And now in this spirit, in this idea, I want you to look. This podcast we talk about books, studies, productivity, and lifestyle, as I say in the intro. But I like talking about a lot of stuff. And but I also I want you to suggest something for us. I don't know. Maybe you just watched a movie that you enjoy a lot, or maybe you're reading a book. I know it's one of your resolutions to read more because you told me this. Or TV series. I don't know.
Silas, during the pandemic, I finished the year reading more than 150 books.
Wow, really? Is that
Really,
correct? Oh
like
my god.
I have that, like, because I read a lot on my on books from iPhone, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
I download
Yes.
the book, and it counts for me, it counts like, if I show you here, there was like 83 days in stake that I was reading like nonstop, like not crossing.
Great.
I love to read. I love to read. So this year, let me see here. I already this today is 12. If I show you the books here, I already have three, six, seven books. I don't know if you will be able to see it,
Mm,
but
mm, no,
it's
it doesn't
okay.
show.
Yeah, but like
That's really.
I already finished like seven books, and we
Wow,
are
that's great.
I was telling Marliani to start one, like the books that I love to read, and then she was like, "Why you said that to me? Now I can't sleep because I can't stop reading." I was like, "I told you."
Really? What book is this? Maybe it will be a nice suggestion.
So Silas, I read about pretty much everything. I divide
Okay.
my readings in fantasy because I love to read like Game of Thrones,
Yes, that's
like
me.
I love that. And then I read the entire like section of it, like 9, 10 books or whatever, how many books they have.
Hmm.
And then I put something for self-consciousness. So I read about things that can help me improve my work, or help improve my mindset, or help
Hmm.
improve my
The
like
productivity books. Yes, it's
exactly. So I
exactly how
read
I do it.
one in between them, because that one I feel that I'm reading for obligation, to tell the truth, because I like stories, but I put one in between all the time to make sure that I will be able to do it. So I read one of that, and then I change the subject. I'm going for the romances in the Regency eras, and then another self-care or whatever book,
Yes.
and then another one. So if I can suggest a book that for self growth, yeah.
Personal growth, you can say.
Oh yeah,
It's okay.
perfect, thank you. It would be Rentless. It's a very, very nice book. I have it here to put, I can show you later.
Rentless or relentless? Do you know? Do you remember? Okay, I'm typing here in Google. Relentless. Okay, Relentless. By who? Do you know the author?
I will never take the name of the authors. They probably should be very mad at me because I read so many books and I never know who wrote.
There's a book here. It's called by Tim S. Grover.
Here, let me see books.
Relentless.
I need to see the cover. Yeah, that's the, let me see. From Good to Great to Unstoppable.
Okay. Yes. I can see
Yeah,
it. Is it a good book?
it's amazing book because he used to coach Kobe Bryant, the basketball player.
Oh, yes. Black Mamba.
And he's a legend, right? I think and he talks about how to move from a mediocre to someone that is a legend.
Wow.
Like why he was so special that he could do that and how he managed to get to that point, what people usually do and don't do. For example, you can take care of your house and clean your house in 30 days. If you say, I have 30 days to clean my house. But if you put yourself, I need 3 hours to clean my house and I will do it in 3 hours, then you do the same thing, but in a short period of time. Nice. So it depends a lot of how you manage your time, you manage your mindset. And this book is really, really about it. So it's a very nice book, I think. So
wow, that is a great suggestion. I'm gonna put the cover here on YouTube for people who wanna see the book you're talking about. Very nice, very interesting. Any suggestion about in terms of watching something for people who don't like to read so much?
Okay, let me think about
the idea of this podcast is because we talk about things that we like to read and stuff. Yes, but maybe some people like to follow the podcast, but they don't.
More than read. I know.
Yes.
I know. So no. I have this thing. My Twitter doesn't have pretty much anybody, but it's there that I put everything that I like or dislike.
Really?
So, yes.
Nice.
It's there. I put the books. I put like the videos, the sports. I'm crazy about sports, just like you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Los Angeles Olympics like crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yes, yeah. We are going. Absolutely.
So I'm trying to take something that it's not already watching, right? Because everybody already saw like round 6 Squid Game, like Money Heist. So I had one here that we watched. I really like those that are like smart, that you have to try to figure out things and the plot twist has to be good.
It's not given to you, it's just like something you have to figure out. Okay.
I like for example, Handmaid's Tale. It's amazing, but it's there is one that we watch that it's, let me just take here the name because I see so many things I never memorize. That's why I put here. Like I know. Let me get here. Oh God, there's so many. There is one, I don't know if you ever heard about it. It's about like this lady that she had a baby and her baby died because she was so tired of taking care of the baby and she didn't notice she left the baby. And he died.
Oh my God.
But she got so crazy about it that their family decided to buy like a doll and give it to her so she could think that was like a baby. But then somehow this girl comes to work at the house, and after because they even hired a nanny to take care of the baby because she thought the doll was a baby, and when she was going out she needed to have someone to take care of it. But then this nanny came in and they started to listen to a baby crying. And then the baby started like to become kind of human or not. So it's really interesting.
No, it's not. It's scary. It's scary.
It's not.
It is scary, this story. I don't like it. I don't like it. No, of course, I like your suggestion. You don't have to change your suggestion.
So go watch.
I got scared. I don't want to watch this. No. Okay, tell me the name so I never make the mistake of clicking on that. I hate this kind of stuff. Little girl ghosts, little baby. Oh no, but there are zero chances that I'm watching this.
It's amazing, but it's a little bit scary. That's true.
No, I hate it. I'm scared right now. I'm scared right now thinking about it.
Oh my God, Silas, don't be
Really?
so like.
I am. I'm sorry. I hate this kind of stuff.
Maybe this one, Tenet. Have you ever heard about it?
No, just it's saved in my watch list.
So it's kind of a Matrix and Fast and Furious combined because everything happens in reverse, and the way they do it, it's amazing. Like
Really?
how great, it's really nice. So this one, Tenet, I don't know how to pronounce that, but yes, this
So
one.
so Relentless by Tim Grover and Tenant on Netflix or Amazon Prime?
I don't have a clue.
I think this is Amazon Prime.
Probably.
Yeah.
Now you will say no, has to be from Netflix. Bridgerton.
No. I have Amazon. I have everything. HBO Max, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, and Netflix. Bridgerton. My wife loves Bridgerton. She's gonna read Bridgerton this year.
Oh, ask her to read the books. I put
Yes,
money on
it's in her list for the year.
Tell her that if she wants, I have the books like to send it to her by like to read like on the phone.
Yeah,
or
she has a Kindle.
Okay, so tell her because I can send it to her.
Oh, great.
Like Mariani started with Mariani, you have to start reading Bridgerton, and now she's reading one of my fantasies books that I love them. Like I love that.
Which
book.
one?
This one is Courts of Thorns and Roses. A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's going to become a series. Okay, it's this book. Maybe you will like it because this is like fantasy. It's fictional. Like
that's my favorite part.
War, has romance. It's not for kids because that
Good.
has
A Game of Thrones kind of stuff. Good.
Exactly.
I like it.
So I put Marliane to start to read it. She called me, Thais, crying. I was like, what's going on? How could you not tell me that that's happening? I was like, Marliane, just chill out.
Chill out, finish the book.
I can't believe that happened. I was like, dude, that's the book. Like, keep going.
That's funny. That's
so
good.
that one is also, yeah. So that.
That's great.
3 hours saying that, but so we don't have.
That is very nice. Thais, I love our talk. I love our conversation. It was so nice talking to you. So nice getting to know you, getting to know about your story. Your story, with all due respect, your story is crazy, but it's crazy fun. I really love it. It was very nice having you here.
Oh, Silas, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm sorry for my mistakes in English. I hope
Come
you
on,
all
nobody
could
cares.
understand what I said.
No one cares. Everybody can understand what you said. It was
I'm just
amazing.
Happy to be part of your podcast. For me, is an honor. I'm really, really happy for that, for being able to be part of it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. Just hope to be hearing more and more now that I heard, actually I saw because I saw the
watch on YouTube.
Yeah. Like Marianne, I was like, that's so interesting. I knew you have like this charisma, but Silas, you were very good what you're doing. I really think that this might be big somehow in some moment. I don't know how we will manage to be a doctor, to be a teacher, and to be like
a podcaster.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much for your words. Thank you so much for being here. And guys, in case you're following us until now, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm going to leave, please remember to leave a comment down below, saying how much you enjoyed this conversation with Thais.
Comments, please.
A nice comments, right? No haters. Haters, you can stay out of it.
and don't say anything about my English.
No, nobody's going to say that. But very nice to be here with you, Thais. And thank you so much for being here with us. And yes, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.